On the line?
Good. Yep, I'm here.
All right. Jeff's here. All right, Coach.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you doing, Freddie?
I'm doing good, man. I'll just start by saying, I know you guys are going to have some questions, and that's totally understandable, but I really don't have much more to add from what I said last night about the incident. I spoke with Miles this morning. He understands the magnitude of what occurred last night. He's very remorseful. He's very sorry for his actions. He understands that he let himself down. He let his teammates down. He let his organization down. We look at our team as a family. And in a family, sometimes family members make mistakes. You support them in every way that you can, even if it's an egregious mistake. We know who Miles is as a person. We know who Miles is, the character that Miles has, and it's under no circumstance what he wants to be portrayed as. We'll support him. He will learn from it. Our team will learn from it, and become better because of it. With that, I'll take your guys' questions.
Hey, Freddie.
Freddie, go on, Tom.
A little bit in shock while it was transpiring. How did you handle it, Freddie? Were you just going to kind of get caught up in the moment, and then it take you a minute to kind of process everything that was happening?
Are you talking about when it was actually happening, or afterwards, or
just kind of the aftershock of the whole thing?
Well, I just know, while it was happening, I just wanted to make sure that, I got our guys out of harm's way and the damage was done, and try to just get people calmed down. I thought, it sounds crazy saying this, but I thought our sideline handled it well. If you look on our sideline, pretty much everybody remained on the sideline, and that I was proud of the discipline that they showed to do that, because they understand it's a penalty to go out onto the field to play. So there was things like that I was proud of the response, and after the act had already been committed. But just during the moment, I just wanted to make sure everybody was, you try to just create cooler heads at that time.
Freddie, what's your reaction to the NFL suspending Miles for at least the rest of this season?
Well, as I said last night, I think this is Nate, right?
Yes.
As I said last night, Nate, we were expecting a response from the league. We respect their response like that, and we have to accept it, just like Miles has to accept. You have consequences for your actions, and that's a consequence that Miles has. Unfortunately, it affects him. It affects us. It affects us as an organization. But they have to. I don't have a response to their suspension. I mean, you put it in their hands when you do something like that. So,
Freddie, looking ahead for you though. Olivier Vernon, how close is he to returning?
It's still a day-by-day thing with him, so we'll see. This extra time definitely going to help, but I'm not sure we'll know anything by the first part of the week, but he is getting closer.
Freddie, you might not want to go here, but do you have any reaction, or are you at all surprised that Mason Rudolph was not suspended?
Well, we know what we saw, and I don't think there's any. I really don't think there's any benefit for me sharing my feelings on any of that. So, I know that's not what you're looking for answer, but I just don't think anything could be good gained by me expressing my opinion or feelings.
If we could move beyond that, Freddie, what did you think of the way your team played in such a big game last night?
I was proud of our team. I mean, I think I'm stating the obvious here, but with the exception of the last 8 seconds of the game, I was proud of our team on the way we competed. We stayed together. Our defense played remarkable. Joe Schobert had an outstanding game. Pass breakup, 2 interceptions, a sack. Mack Wilson made great strides. Miles put pressure on the quarterback the whole day, and Chad Thomas did his part on the other side. And offensively, we hit some big plays. We had 2 plays over 40 yards and 2 more over 20. So that came back a little bit that we have missed in the past few games, or really all season. We performed decent in the red zone, still not where we want to be, but better. Just a lot of good things from last night. And to go 2-0, in the division was huge for us. It always starts with our division, and that's huge. For the Cleveland Brown organization, for us to beat Pittsburgh and Baltimore in the same year, it's never happened. We've never been 2-0 in the division. So many good things from last night that just, of course, get overshadowed. And I hate it for our guys because they put the time and the effort into getting to this point. It hasn't been easy. We've still got 6 games left, and it's one of those things where you hate that it takes the attention away from the good things that they accomplished, because they need credit for those kind of things.
Freddie, how do you think what happened with Miles? Oh, Mary, go ahead.
Excuse me?
Freddie, I saw Todd Haley saying that this is on you, that Myles Garrett's behavior falls upon you. What do you think of Todd saying something like that?
I don't really give much thought into what Todd says. It's I'm not even going to respond to it. I know the way we continue to talk about maintaining our composure, and we have to do a better job of maintaining our composure, everybody. So,
Freddie, why do you think that's been a struggle this year, maintaining the composure?
Well, I mean, I don't know that it's been a struggle all year that we maintain our composure. Sometimes I think it's a commitment to doing the right thing if you're referring to some of the penalties, and we're going to continue to stress those things. And over the last 3-4 weeks, those things have gotten better, and we're going to continue to try to get even better than that. But last night was, I think, an outlier of what we've had. We haven't seen anything like that.
Freddie, you mentioned Miles and the kind of person that you and the team thinks he is. We've all dealt with him. How do you try to help him ensure that this doesn't follow him his whole career? And what can you guys do to get the message out about what you feel is the real Myles Garrett as a person?
Well, I think that falls a lot. Miles and I visited for a long time this morning, and on a personal level, that's what I want for Miles, is to understand that it's the ball's in his court on how he responds to this. It's up to him on showing people and showing the National Football League that that's not who he is. You're looking at a guy that is a tremendous asset as a teammate. He's in the entire organization, to our fans. He's always out in the community doing things for the community. He's a good teammate. He just lost his cool. He lost his composure. Terrible mistake, and sometimes things like that carry on with someone. But if the person puts enough time into it, he can make amends. This will never be like it never happened. But people understand that that's an outlier of Myles Garrett and not the norm.
Freddie, what changed with Myles this year? We didn't see this from him in his first 2 years. He had the personal fouls early in the season. Obviously, he eliminated those, but he hit a Titans player in the helmet in week 1 as well. This behavior, we keep hearing it's an outlier, but this year, it seems like something's changed with him. Can you identify what that might have been?
I think Myles is a young player, and sometimes young players try to find their way from the standpoint of being physical. Maybe Myles just wasn't very physical the first couple of years, and he's become more physical. Now he has to understand the limitations on that aspect of it. You just kind of gave the answer for yourself that those things showed up the first week, but you haven't seen them again until last night. So Myles has done a good job of eliminating those things from his game. He just let his emotions and lost his composure last night when things got like that.
Myles said last night that he hoped to address the team today. Was that able to? Did that happen? Was he able to do that?
Yes, he was.
Is there anything you can tell us about his message?
No, I wouldn't care to do that. Myles is very, very remorseful, and we're going to stand behind Myles. We don't condone in any way what happened, but we're gonna stand behind Myles as a person. As you read the report about the suspension, he's going to be suspended, but we're going to be, like I told you guys, we consider ourselves a family, and when someone's hurting, someone's feeling like this, we're going to stand behind them.
We got time for a couple more.
Hey, Freddie, when you say Myles has to work toward proving that that's not who he is, do you feel like the organization has to do the same thing? Because it's kind of a black eye on the organization, what happened last night?
I think we're always searching for ways to improve the way we're viewed as an organization, as a coach, as a player, and especially in times of like this. I mean, of course, Myles wears the Cleveland Brown jersey, so we're all in it together. So, yeah, I would say, of course.
Freddie, do you have any update on Morgan Burnett, if he has a torn Achilles or not, any other injuries?
Say that one more time. You broke up at the very beginning.
Well, I was asking if you had any injury updates, but specifically starting with Morgan Burnett and whether he has a torn Achilles.
Yeah, we don't know a confirmation on that yet, but we do know it's we're checking his Achilles out, running tests on his Achilles. Yes, I don't know if it's been confirmed yet. Just absolutely honest with you.
Freddie, just a follow up to the organization question. I mean, how much does what happened cause you personally to do some self-reflection about, the fact, you're not the player, he's accountable for his actions, but as a coach, there is a certain culture and everything that goes with that, being the coach. How much does this cause you to ponder and reflect?
Well, I'm always trying to do self-evaluations of myself, of our coaching staff, and I think every time something bad or good happens, you try to evaluate and see what you could have done differently. I just know that we preach all the time about maintaining our composure, and it only comes up whenever you have the opportunity to maintain your composure. So that's where we're sitting with that.
Freddie, with you guys in a dog fight here, for your playoff lives, can you just address what an incredible blow it is for you guys have to now be without your best defensive player?
Well, of course it's hard, but I think we've got the men in the room to accept the challenge. There's been adversity hit, seems like all year. So these guys have answered the call of adversity, and I expect them to do the same moving forward. There won't be any excuses. We'll have 11 out on the field, and those 11 will be expected to do the job.
All right, gang. Thanks. Joel Batoni will be calling in shortly.
Appreciate it, guys.